What's up, everybody? Tiffany Outdoors here. It looks so gloomy and I think it's gonna rain, but hey, stay. And I've been wanting to test out this tent that I got. It's the same tent that I used for the camping AC test. I want to test it for waterproofness, and got some family stuff to do today, so got about 5 minutes to put together something that says it takes 10 minutes, and it usually takes me 15 minutes. So I better hurry. Got the stuff heading out here. Oh, it's chilly out here today. I do plan on doing a cold weather camp out, but first we gotta test this thing, make sure it's a little bit waterproof. All right. How about this area here? Right there. Alright, was that 10 minutes? 20 minutes.
Yeah, we did a lot of walking around too, though.
Okay, so we got it set up. It's not perfect, but once we get our stuff in there, I think it'll be okay. But I'm just testing the waterproofness of this. If it leaks, it's probably because it's set up all kinds of wonky, but all these rain clouds here, or this weather, we'll see. We'll see how. Joe and I are planning to do a cold weather camp out. We're testing out our cold weather gear. We have some sleeping bags that are rated for 20 to 40? Hang on, let me show you. So they're Coleman, and they're rated from 20 to 40 degrees. And we're going to test these out. I want to do some cold weather camping experiences. So first thing I do, if you guys go back to my very first camping experience, tested the tent in the backyard, and there were a couple little small issues with it, but I'm glad that I tested everything out before we went on an actual camping trip. That way I know how to set up the tent, I know what I need, what I don't need, what to expect, and get that one experience under my belt. So now I'm going to do the same thing with the cold weather camping. So I got my sleeping bag, one of them laid out. So what I want to do is make an insert. So I'm going to go and show you what I'm doing. Okay, so I have one of my sleeping bags all laid out wide open, and this right here is fleece, some fleece material that I got from Walmart. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sew it closed along the bottom, and probably about three quarters to halfway up on one side. That way if I get too hot, I can flip it open, get some cool air on me, and that way I'm not sweating. Okay, so here we go. I'm not good at sewing, but I'm just gonna cut this piece off. I'm gonna make it a little bit. That's the end of the sleeping bag right here. So I'm going to make this probably maybe 5 or 6 inches longer 5 or 6 inches longer than the actual sleeping bag. That way I have a little bit extra room to scrunch around in. And I'm just going to cut this all the way across and then sew the bottoms. Excuse me. Excuse me, miss. I'm trying to sew here. Do you mind? Yo.
This is how much attention I'm going to pay to you.
Okay, she's got a brand new bed, a new pillow, a new blanket. I put this on the floor so I can sew or get my sewing machine ready, and she immediately claims it as hers. What in the world? Rotten. This right here is showing up blue on the screen, but this is actually purple. Alright, let me scoot her off of this so I can sew this up. Yeah, talking about you. Yes, Oh, yeah, get more comfortable. Yes, please. What? Oh, what? Excuse me. Pardon me. Hello. You. That's mine. Okay, honey badger. Got it sewn up to right here. Got it sewn up to here. That way you can kick your legs out. Get too hot for some air. And then I have this from here to up there. Got a little bit of extra. I'm not sure if I want to cut that off just yet. I'm going to test it out. I can also use it as a flap to put over my head to get my face warm without tucking my face and head into the rest of this, because you don't want to do that, because as you breathe out you're creating moisture. You don't want this to get all moist with your exhaust. And maybe this, I don't know, we'll see. And I got that little scrap left over. So that's the first phase of our insulating warming layer. So I've got another layer that I'm going to put in here. I've got some Reflectix, and I got a 10-foot roll. I'm going to cut that in half. And Joe, for right now, she says she doesn't want one of these inserts yet. We're still testing out. We'll find out if she wants one after tonight. Excuse me. So I'm going to go ahead and get that Reflectix and cut that in half and fit it to this sleeping bag. And we also have the body warmers and hand warmers. Got those prepared to pull those out. And I think that's it for right now. Let me go and get my Reflectix, cut that down, fit it in here, and then I'll continue on from there. Okay guys, here are my layers. I got my sleeping bag. Got Reflectix, and then on top of that I have my insert. And then insert myself with my cold weather gear. Joe has we have the knitted caps. If you've seen our cold weather hiking videos, you've seen the knitted caps that Joe made for us. And got our cold weather tops and bottoms, and fleece. Got fleece pajamas. Gonna wear those obviously. And right now, let me show you what Joe's doing.
Hi everyone. I'm making some gloves. These are for Tiffany. I've already finished mine. As you can see, I have the open holes so that I can go fingerless up top, and when my hand gets too cold, just flip the top over and ta-da, warm hands. Take it back out. That way I can, well, it'll be a little hard to use my cell phone without my thumb, but I guess I'll just be doing everything like this then. But if I didn't have the thumb closed, then of course I would have frozen thumbs. I don't know. My thing to do.
Okay, so she's knitting us some gloves, and you see the little flaps, so that'll be perfect to put those warm hands pouches in there to keep our fingers warm. We also have wool socks. Did I mention the wool socks yet? If I didn't, okay, I did not. We have wool socks also. And let's go check the temperature outside. I put the thermometer out there about an hour or so ago. Let's go see how cold it is out there. Okay, so it's showing 31 degrees outside. I'm not going to film because it's going to be dark. It's going to be dark out there. If we do have to tap out and come inside, I will definitely document that. And I'll be writing down the temperatures and how cold it actually gets during the night. And yeah, all that good stuff. Okay, so, well, signing off for now, and I'll come back to you guys in a little bit.
Okay, so I just opened up my email for no good reason, and I have 2 weather alerts for tonight. Bitterly cold conditions tonight across central North Carolina. The Arctic air has been spreading through central North Carolina since Saturday. Will continue through Monday. We have a steady northerly wind, 5 to 10 miles an hour, coupled with temperatures in the upper teens to lower 20s. Good God. Okay. The wind chill value is between 10 and 15 degrees, and 7 to 12 above zero around midnight. Okay, so by daybreak Monday, it will be 3 to 8 above zero. People venturing outdoors tonight will need to dress for the extreme cold conditions. Best combat the cold, dress in multiple layers, and wear hat, gloves, and a scarf. I think we'll be sleeping in hat, gloves, and scarves along with fleece pajamas with our
winter gear
on underneath the fleece. I'm definitely going to be wearing fleece, maybe 2 pairs of socks, sleeping shoes on. Oh.
It is going to be cold. I'm kind of nervous about this. Do you feel nervous about it?
I know that if it's too cold, I'm not going to be able to sleep. So if I can't sleep, that means we're coming inside. I haven't had a nap today either.
I'm a little nervous. But we're still going to do this. I just don't want to die of hypothermia.
Well, we're not going to die of hypothermia. We're not going to, no. I can't fall asleep if I'm too cold.
But hypothermia, you'll go into a coma.
Okay. We're going to be wearing winter gear, which is made for the cold weather. Remember when we bought it, it said that it's made for certain temperatures anyway?
Mm-hmm.
Plus fleece pajamas. I mean, I get hot flashes just thinking about that. Hats, gloves, socks. And we have
the little warming packets.
We have warming packets to keep our
got the little body warmers and hand warmers that I got from, what was it? Oh, Gander Mountain during their liquidation sale. Got several of those.
Plus we have sleeping bags that are designed for 20 degree weather and below, right? Or is it just
20 to 40 degrees?
20 to 40. Okay, well, along with everything else, we'll be good. We'll be right at the 20.
Ish.
Again, if we're too cold, we just need to come inside. I mean, there's no hard, fast thing that says we have to stay outside.
Oh, no. If it gets too cold, I'm coming in. But when people are hypothermic, they do weird things.
Like what? Stay outside?
They take all of their clothes off and just walk around aimlessly.
Okay, to be sure, both of us won't be taking our clothes off at the same time.
People that are suffering from extreme hypothermia will do that. It's one of the symptoms.
Do you really think that we both would be doing that at the same time?
If we both have extreme hypothermia.
One of us has to at least be sane. Should we have the next door neighbors check on us to see if we're running around in the moonlight naked?
All right, y'all. We're still gonna do this. As nervous as I am, we're still gonna do this. We're doing this. We're doing it. We're doing it. We're doing it. We're doing it.
All right.
Okay.
Let's do this.
All right. So Joe's still working on my gloves.
Yes.
I've got the inserts. I've got the stuff ready. I think what I want to do next is go ahead and get the air mattress out there and pump that up and put that out there and have our sleeping bags out and fluffing up. Just do all the prep work before we have to actually get out there and get in it.
Want our sleeping bags outside in the cold waiting for us instead of in the warmth?
They're going to be cold no matter what.
All right, what time are we going out there?
Oh, that's a good question. What time should we go out there? See, the sun goes down around 6 o'clock, 6:15. The days are getting slightly longer right now. So we'll go out there after dark. All right. Maybe we should eat dinner inside and then go outside.
I'm thinking we should warm our bellies up inside before we go out.
Okay, so we're going to eat our dinner inside. We're still going to do the a camping package thing. We want to try the chicken and dumplings, so we're going to do that and then pop out there in the cold.
And for everybody that has, for everybody that's seen any of our camping videos in the past and our hiking videos, River will be staying inside tonight. She will not be camping outside with us.
Right.
She doesn't have cold weather gear.
Exactly. Yeah, we're not going to put River through that. Yeah, she'll be inside in a nice, warm, heated house. All right, y'all, we're getting geared up to head outside. I'm going to finish drinking this water.
Oh, yeah, let's drink some water.
Then, I got hot chocolate. We're going to be drinking that to warm up our bellies before we get into the tent. Show Joe.
Hey.
You see the mattress is blown up back there. We got our sleeping bags on the floor down there. We're trying to get everything out to the tent in one shot because we don't want to be running or walking back and forth, bringing stuff in and out because we don't want to start sweating, of course. But before we go outside, I'm going to go out there and check the temperature and try and show it to you guys so you can see the temperature. Supposedly we're having record coldness. It's supposed to be like down to 17 but feel like 9 with the wind chill factor. So let me go out and check the temperature now and let you guys know what it is. So the temperature is holding steady at 27 degrees. It's been that way for the last couple hours or so. So we're going to go ahead and head on out, and I'll see you guys either in a couple hours if we cannot take the cold, or I'll see you guys in the morning. Hey y'all. Okay, so we ended up having to come in. Joe was a little bit chilly. I need to sew her an insert for her sleeping bag, and there's a couple things I want to change up, like instead of having just the insert by itself because it was all tangled up in me, wrapped up all crazy. I want to take the insert that I sewed and sew the reflectix into that and then insert that into the sleeping bag because the reflectix for Joe was too cold. It was making her cooler rather than keeping her warm and reflecting her body. She is a smaller person, so it was probably a little bit harder for her body to adjust to the coldness of that. And there's a dog somewhere in our neighborhood. It's somebody's dog outside. Super cold out there, and it was barking and barking and barking and barking and barking and barking.
That's because it was telling its people, let me in, it's cold outside.
It's really cold out there, guys. I mean, it feels like almost with the wind chill is 9 degrees. It feels like it's 9 degrees outside. It really is cold out there. My outside thermometer right now says 26 degrees, and it's cold.
I definitely noticed the difference once we left out of the tent. Because in the tent we were close together.
Yeah.
And although I was cool, when we got out of the tent, I got cold.
You got really cold. Yeah. So there's some adjustments that we need to make. Maybe this wasn't the greatest idea doing it on the coldest record-breaking night of the year, but it was actually a good thing, and we learned some things. So we're just gonna make some adjustments and try it again when it gets a little bit warmer. And and at a campground, because there is a dog from this side of the house. We can't hear that dog, but oh my goodness, that thing was barking and barking. It didn't stop. It may have stopped maybe once or twice for a few minutes,
and then maybe they let the dog inside the house until it started barking,
and then it cranked right back up. So that was another thing. So we may just, now that we know the adjustments we need to make, we can next time go to a campground where it's a little bit more quieter. So
still say we did good because it's almost 2 a.m.
Yeah, we did good. We were out there for a couple hours. I had a hard time getting myself adjusted with the pillows and things because I do have like nasal issues and stuff. But yeah, just the I want to redo the Reflectix and maybe something for my face. My face was cold. Everything else was toasty warm except for my face. What about for you? Anything?
I liked my face being. Oh, excuse me. I'm sorry. I'm tired. I liked my face being cool because it keeps me it helps me sleep when my face is cooler. Yeah, my silver insert, it was making me cold because I didn't have in my sleeping bag like I should have. So it was catching all that wind, and it was making my body cooler than I really wanted it to be.
Yeah. Yeah, so we had to take a Reflectix sheet and pull it further down into the sleeping bag because it was kind of sticking out way further than we needed it to. But maybe I could cut them down a little bit more too because they are long, because it was a 10-foot roll and it's pretty long. So maybe I could cut that down some to help with that. But everything else, I mean, I have on my cold weather tops, bottoms, fleece pajamas, wool socks, a t-shirt, and this fleece outer shell here, and I was very toasty warm. It's toasty warm. Yeah. Oh yeah, and my knitted hat that Joe made for us.
My head was really, I almost felt like I should have kept my gloves on.
Oh yeah. So like I was saying, Joe's a little bit smaller person. Well, a lot bit smaller than me. So her body had a harder time keeping warm. So we're gonna make some adjustments and try it again when it gets a little bit warmer. It was never our plan to sleep in 17-degree weather or 17 or 9 chill factor degree weather. I wanted to do cool weather camping, not cold weather camping, but this scenario was perfect, and it helped us learn things that we needed to change. So I won't consider this a fail. It was a learning experience, and thank you for joining us, and we will see you in the next video. Bye.